Hey everyone, welcome back to another penny stock video, and today we're going to be taking a look at ticker symbol PAOG. Before I go any further, just a reminder, this is not financial advice. Please read all of my disclosures and disclaimers. This is also, some of it is speculative research that I'm sharing here, so keep that in mind as well. Anyway, let's dive into the video, talk about what's happening here with PAOG and why it's gotten a recent surge in volume and surge in price. It's really coming off bottom here. Chart looks to be shaping up really, really nice, especially if we get over this 200-day moving average. So why are people buying this thing up? Well, let's take a look at the story with PAOG and what's actually happening here. First, we'll take a look at the share structure. Tiny market cap, $2 million market cap, right? Outstanding shares, 1.9 billion. Held at DTC, 1.8 billion, we'll call it. So that's our float, about 1.8 billion. Pretty solid for these prices, right? I mean, we've seen stocks with bigger share structures do huge runs on mergers recently, SPZI and IGPK in particular. So PAOG is very much in theme, right, with the current trend of big moves on these merger plays, especially when they have nice room on the chart like this, which is very similar, right, to IGPK and SPZI. They both had charts with huge room on them. And then, the share structure and the fact that they haven't diluted in over 2 years as well makes this a really clean trade setup. And then also we're going to see in a moment the fact that the merger is actually a pretty big deal here. So all of those factors tells me, SPZI did really well with all of those factors, and IGPK did really well with all of those factors. So I don't see why PAOG wouldn't do really well with all of those factors. And this one trades really thin. It trades really, really nice. Like I said, there hasn't been dilution in years, so it's very clean trading. Not a ton on the ask. So, everything's setting up here. So let's take a look at the merger that's actually coming into PAOG. And we know it from their last filing. So this is their quarterly report they filed in November. If we scroll back up, right here, you can see change of control. The yes box is checked, right? So that confirms that there is a change of control here. And then we scroll down. And we're going to take a look here at issuers, business products, and services. And you'll see that on June 21st, 2023, the company entered into a letter of intent to acquire the assets of the operating business of Salud Esmeralda S.A., a Mexican corporation. So what is Salud Esmeralda S.A.? Well, clearly this is our merger, right? As there's been a change of control, and they mentioned that company being acquired. Okay, so we have that. And then we also have this from November 3rd. Shout out to @SLFairless on Twitter for putting a lot of this DD together. Definitely made it a lot easier for me. So go give him a follow. He does great work. But this is from one of his DD posts here. And you'll see that on November 3rd, a new Nevada corporation was formed, Salud Esmeralda USA. And the officers listed are James DePrima, who is the CEO of PAOG, and Santiago Guerin, who, if we looked on LinkedIn here, is the CEO of Salud Esmeralda Mexico. So this really confirmed that it's Salud Esmeralda USA coming into this ticker. Now, the market was a little slow to react to this news. I mean, the ticker kind of remained. If we look at the chart, it got a tiny pop here, and that was it. But it has been continuously getting loaded down here. And, people have continued to share the DD, and now we're starting to see a real breakout. And I believe that we're closer than ever to actually hearing official updates from the company, right? Because we know now that the change of control is on the filing. So we know the acquisition went through, okay? And so then we also see that we have this new Nevada corporation being set up November 3rd. So let's say by the end of November they get, they go to OTC markets and say this is the corporation that's going in. We need transfer of control to this, and we know that the OTC markets change in control process will usually take about 2 months or so from there, based on like what we saw with Geji, right? And IGPK took at least over a month, right, from the initial filings, but. So the point is, we're estimated to be extremely close based on our timelines that we know, for some kind of OTCIQ access for the incoming company or whatever would be granted, and so that way they could start talking and do the official PR for the merger and things like that. So the market is now finally waking up to it, and they're also just waking up to the fact that it's a really, really nice setup with really, really strong due diligence on the merger. So let's take a look at what the merger actually is, because when you see it, you'll be like, how is this $2 million market cap, right? So, right, we have this confirmation here with the officers matching and everything. And then we have these PRs from 2020 with the Canadian company. And again, this reminds me of IGPK, because IGPK, Junfeng Huang was originally going to merge into a Canadian ticker, and they chose to merge into the U.S. stock market instead through the pink sheets. And it looks like Esmeralda is doing the exact same thing, because in July 27th, 2022, Captiva Verde announces Esmeralda agreement with Mexican Healthcare Workers Union for up to $142 million per year of annual product sales. So what happened here? Well, what happened was this $142 million per year annual sales with the workers union, with the healthcare workers union in Mexico, that's actually under Esmeralda. That's what they have. So basically what this is, if you read this whole PR, Captiva Verde, the Canadian company, was going to acquire Esmeralda, and as a result, they'd be acquiring this agreement, right, that Esmeralda has. So this actually fell through, and in 2022 they announced, right, they canceled the acquisition. Okay, but let's take a look at what Esmeralda has under their hood and why it's a big deal that they're now coming into PAOG. So it says, Esmeralda holds a comprehensive pharmaceutical license to sell, market, and distribute an entire suite of 300-plus pharmaceutical, health, wellness, and veterinarian products, which include all narcotic, psychoactive, and non-psychoactive drugs listed under Groups 1, 2, and 3 in Mexico. Esmeralda has today executed an agreement with the chairman of both the 380,000-member Healthcare Workers Union in Mexico and the broader 1.2 million-member Union Federation, whereby Esmeralda can expressly distribute and sell medicinal health and wellness products to the Union Federation on a direct basis with payment from the Union. The amount outlined in the agreement is for up to 1.2 million members per month at between MXN $160 to MXN $220 per month, right? Or up to $142 million USD per year of product sales. Captiva Verde is 75% completing its construction of its brand new drug manufacturing facility in Mexico. So this was in 2020. So if they were 75% complete then, I would assume their new drug manufacturing facility now is complete. And it does say anticipated gross profit is 40% as well. So you're looking at this merger that's canceled here and now wants to go into PAOG. And again, it already says change of control in filing. So the merger's happening. Okay, it's happening. So if they checked yes to change of control in the filings, it's confirmed. So this is coming in, and this company has this agreement with the Mexican Healthcare Workers Union to do up to USD $142 million per year in product sales. So that is a massive merger considering we're at a market cap of $2 million. Pretty incredible stuff. Again, the chart is primed. I mean, if this thing breaks over the 200-day moving average here, there's so much room. There's just so much room. There hasn't been dilution in over 2 years, right? So back when it ran to a penny before, it was the same share structure. It even did more than a penny, right? So really, really a great swing trade setup here. And, back then when the stock price was higher, the company actually really didn't have much going on. It was kind of unexciting. This is the most exciting thing that's ever happened in the stock ticker by far. So I really do think we could see a fantastic move on this chart. I do. It just screams great swing trade setup to me, especially because the market has had such great sentiment towards these big mergers that have been coming into OTC recently. And this really fits into that category of SPZI, IGPK style, massive merger coming in. And so I do want to show you as well, the company has not tweeted since 2019. So if we do hear an update soon, which I'm very, very, optimistic, and I really do think that we will, because it all aligns with the time frames since the change of control, that we would hear an update soon, right? Based on our history with other mergers. So if we do, it'll be the first tweet in 5 years, the first significant update from this company in a long, long time. So I really think that could create a parabolic catalyst as well. Just the fact that they're finally communicating again after so long. Typically, fresh plays like this that are dead for a long time and then something really exciting happens with them, typically, they produce really big runs because there's no preloaders, there's no bag holders, the chart's clean, the catalyst is large. It's a really good formula and it's a really good setup for success. They do have a website here. There's not a lot of information on the website right now. I'm assuming they're kind of withholding that until they actually announce the merger. So yeah, there's pretty much all the main due diligence with this. Like I said, the merger's confirmed here. Really, I mean, it's in the filings. It's confirmed. Change of control is confirmed. The whole deal. We're just waiting on an announcement now, an official PR, right, about this merger, and I'm sure it's coming very soon. It has to be because we can see from the filings that everything is going well with the merger process, and it seems to be pretty much complete at this point. And then, of course, the chart setup is just gorgeous. I mean, the chart setup's just so nice. The stock has been dirt cheap for so long now. I mean, there's just going to be no resistance on this thing, and it trades super thin. So this is easily one of my favorite setups in the OTC right now. Huge merger coming in, $140 million in revenue agreement with this Mexican healthcare union. So nothing to scoff at. And as well, they also have that new drug manufacturing facility that they got. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.